Episode 13 Belonging. Saira walked in a dazed manner to the bus stop. At every step, she felt that she will faint and fall down. But with a supreme effort, she continued to walk. Saira's mind was so cluttered and her vision so blurred that momentarily she forgot the bus number to take to go home. Farida Fufi wanted Salim to drop her, but Saira had refused because she wanted to be alone with herself. Saira was mentally prepared for the ordeal today. But was she really? She had desperately hoped that Farida Fufi will tell her that she was the biological child of Ashfaq Muhammad Mirza and Salma Muhammad Mirza. But that wasn't the case. Saira screamed and demanded to know who her parents were. But Farida Fufi had sworn on Asma's head that she didn't know. All she knew was that years ago, Bhai and Bhabhi had gone to the Pir Muhammad orphanage in Mahim. And then after some days, Bhabhi had announced that they were bringing home a young girl child. The family was quite surprised, and all the questions that could be asked were asked. But Bhai and Bhabhi had remained tight-lipped. Saira remembered her early childhood days. She was not liked by Safia and Sharif, but Abba and Ammi would always give her lot of love. Then little Shabnam was born. The family got busy with her, and even Saira would rush to Shabnam's crib after returning from school. While growing up, Saira remembered how she caught snippets of conversations when the entire family would gather for Eid celebrations. "She is the only one who looks different," Badi Fufi would whisper. "Her eyes, though, do look like Ashfaq, nahi?" Mushtaq's wife would say. Once, Saira distinctly remembered Badi Fufa asking Abba, "Ashfaq, what do you intend to do with Saira? You have your own children, Henna. So how long will you keep her with you?" Abba replied angrily, "What do you mean intend to do? Of course she is going to be here always. How often do I have to say that I have 4 children? Please, no further discussion on this." For months, Saira remembered this conversation. Any strictness shown to her by Ammi or Abba would make her go back to that conversation. Were they being strict because she wasn't their daughter, their flesh and blood? She remembered small incidents. Sharif Bhai demanding a pair of denims and getting them. Shabnam expressing a desire to study in an expensive school and being allowed. Safia asking for a new watch, which was fulfilled. Was Saira the only one whose demands weren't always met? Yes, she was sent to the same school and did have a lot of clothes and watches. But still, Abba and Ammi always took pity on her, didn't they, when they gave her something? Saira was startled. It was Ammi. Oh God, had Farida Fufi already told Ammi everything? For no reason, Saira felt a surge of anger against Ammi. First adopt her, and now make a show of love. She became conscious that a few commuters were staring at her as tears fell down her cheeks. She wanted to wipe them off. But how could she stop crying? Was she the love child of Abba and... Chi. How can she think of something like this? Abba was always so upright and honest. So then whose child was she? Was she an abandoned child? Discarded because her mother was single? or abandoned by a rich couple who were not married, or maybe thrown away because the family already had lot of children and didn't want another one. Saira had no answers, and this made her feel all the more weepy. मैसेज फ्रॉम अम्मी, बेटा तू कहाँ है? इफ्तार का टाइम हो गया. In all this chaos, Saira had forgotten that Ramzan was going on. She too was fasting. Usually by this hour, her energy would be almost over, and Ammi would give her a glass of khajur milkshake. But today, Saira didn't want to go back to that house. It wasn't her house. Ammi, Abba, Safia Appa, Sharif Bhai, or Shabnam, they were not her family. All of them knew she was an adopted child. She was not their flesh and blood. Almost as if in a daze, Saira picked up. Sairu, tu kahan hai, baby? Iftar pe all of us are waiting. It was Sharif Bhai. Sometimes affectionately, he called her Sairu. Saira didn't know what to reply. Sairu, kya hua? Why aren't you saying something? Has Faisal been harassing you again? Ruk, you tell me where are you? I'll just come there. But Saira disconnected the phone. She gazed out of the window and suddenly realized that her stop had long gone past. It was now completely dark outside. The city was all lit up and traffic was horrible. Saira was suddenly terrified. Where was she? Which area? Inside the bus too, only a handful of male commuters were there. Before she could think of what to do next, the bus took a turn to the highway. Saira glanced at her watch. Oh God, it was 8:30 p.m. In desperation, she went to the conductor. Apa, kahan ho aap? Ghar kyun nahi aaye abhi tak? Saira had mechanically picked up the phone and it was little Shabnam. Saira blurted out, भैया भैया ये बस कहाँ तक जाएगी? दिन दोषी, तुमने तो माहिम का टिकट लिया था, उतरे नहीं क्या? Oh God, what have I done? Shit, where have I come? I don't even know the Dindoshi area at all. Saira was totally confused. She didn't know where to go and what to do. Saira! A booming voice came on the phone. It was Abba. Abba. What are you doing in Dindoshi? You told Ammi that you are going for your NEET coaching and that is in Matunga East. So what are you doing on the way to Dindoshi? What has happened? Sharif Bhai snatched the phone from Abba. Sairu, give the phone to that conductor, please. The conversation with the family was taking place so loudly that the conductor had heard everything. He took the phone from Saira's hand. हेलो साहब, ये बस तो दिंदोशी जा रही है. आपकी बेटी उतरना ही भूल गई. माहिम तो आधे घंटा पहले ही निकल गया. भैया 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 प्लीज इसको वहीं उतार दो बस रोक कर प्लीज. एट सम सेफ प्लेस. आई एम कमिंग ऑन माई बाइक टू पिक अप माई सिस्टर. प्लीज प्लीज भैया. प्लीडेड शरीफ भाई. हाँ ठीक साहब, मैं इनको यहाँ अंधेरी पार्ले जी की फैक्ट्री के पास उतार देता हूँ. सायरा, सायरा प्लीज बेबी वेट देर. शरीफ भाई इज कमिंग ऑन हिज बाइक, ओके? एंड प्लीज बेटा ईट समथिंग देर. ड्रिंक सम लस्सी. You haven't eaten anything since morning, na? This was Ammi's tearful voice. As Saira waited for Sharif Bhai to come, She couldn't help but think how distressed her family was because of her absence. Ah, her family. Did Saira just think of them as her family? But wasn't she the adopted one? Perhaps yes. But then the way each member of her family had got worried for her and were taking turns to call or message her was just the way a family behaves, right? Moreover, hadn't all of them showered immense love on her, gave her very good education, sent her to the most expensive coaching classes for NEET? But more importantly, they weren't able to bear her absence for even a few hours. Saira, please have some lassi or some milkshake. You haven't eaten anything in the day. Now it's almost 9 pm. Kha le please kuch? Safia Appa's message. Saira knew very well that no one in the family would have eaten anything. They would all be waiting for her. Who else but a family would wait for their member? And that's what her family was doing. Saira felt that the bus ride, which almost took her to Dindoshi, was in fact a ride to her inner self. She understood the real meaning of family today. Family was the one that worried for you, cared for you, and which would go 14 hours without eating because you hadn't eaten anything. As Saira waited for Sharif Bhai to come and pick her up, she smiled and thought that she will go back to a house and to a family to whom she belonged.